we're going to start with Cam Ward's pro day at the University of Miami yesterday. I think it's fair at this point to assume that he's going to go within the top 3 picks. I think it's also fair to assume he's the favorite to be selected number 1 overall. And I think it's interesting then to look at the teams in the top 3 and how they staffed this event. I think it's a really important nuance to the way that teams view a draft class, the way that teams are researching these guys. And I always think it's interesting who they're putting on the road. So the Titans had a huge contingent there. They had their president of football operations, Chad Brinker. They had their general manager, Mike Borgonzi, their assistant general manager, Dave Ziegler, their VP/football advisor, Reggie McKenzie, their director of scouting, AJ Highsmith, and then 3 coaches, their head coach, Brian Callahan, their offensive coordinator, Nick Holtz, their quarterbacks coach, Bo Hardigree. The Giants also had a sizable group. They had 6 guys there. They had their general manager, Joe Shane, their assistant general manager, Brandon Brown, their director of player personnel, Tim McDonald, their offensive coordinator, not the head coach, the offensive coordinator, Mike Kafka, the quarterbacks coach, Shea Tierney, and then the tight ends coach, Tim Kelly, who has some quarterbacks background, but was probably there more to look at a guy who will probably go in the top 50 picks or so, Elijah Arroyo, a very talented tight end from the University of Miami. Conversely, the Cleveland Browns, who are picking second, only had 2 guys there, led by assistant general manager Glenn Cook, who happens to be a former University of Miami linebacker. So what does it all mean? Well, we've told you this for a few weeks now. The Titans really were down a month ago to 4 guys to select with the first overall pick. Those 4 guys are Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, and Abdul Carter. And they are going to do everything with all 4 of these guys and kick every tire and check under the hood with every one of them. They went to dinner with Cam Ward on Monday night or on Sunday night in Miami. They have already had Cam Ward to Nashville for a 30 visit. They will bring him or they will come out to work him out privately at the beginning of April. They are doing everything with Cam Ward. They're going to do everything with the other 3 guys. Their consideration for trading the first pick is only going to come after they're through the whole process with all of these guys. And I do think the likelihood now is probably that they just sit right there and they take Cam Ward with the first overall pick, and now they have their quarterback of the future. And it would seem like the way that they handle free agency at the position that they are leaning that way. And then that, of course, leaves Cleveland and the Giants to sort through what's left. Do they take one of the 2 blue chip players that are available there? Do they take Shedeur Sanders? That's something we're going to be talking about a lot over the next month or so. As for how the workout went, one college scouting director who was on the ground there said to me he had a really good workout. He has an impressive release quickness. He has impressive release quickness and accuracy. Being completely objective, I'd say it was an A- workout. Deep ball was just okay early on, and he missed a couple of throws at the end trying to do off-platform stuff. If you were watching the pro day, you saw some of that where he did miss some stuff in the red zone. Not the end of the world, but I think something that you do, kind of file away because you don't want them to miss many throws on air. This is a guy who, I think, the consensus now that we've gone through all of this and now that he's been through his pro day and he's thrown for scouts and he's been through the combine and he's met with some teams, the consensus that I'm getting back again is that this is the guy in this draft class who you are chasing ceiling with. So if you're a team in the AFC, you're the Titans at 1, you're the Browns at 2, and you're looking up at Mount Olympus when it comes to the quarterback situation in the AFC. And you know that every year you're going to have to go through some combination of Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert. You're going to have to go through some combination of all of these guys just to get to the Super Bowl. Like, who makes that realistic? And I think it's easier for scouts to see it with Cam Ward because there is the ceiling there, where with Shedeur Sanders and Jackson Dart, you see good players, but is there a limit to how far they can take you? So that's where they are with Cam Ward. Again, I think coming out of the pro day, he is the odds-on favorite to be the number 1 overall pick. And I think the likelihood is the Titans stick right there. They do not trade the pick and take him first overall. And then things get really interesting in what Cleveland does and what the Giants do, and whether or not they feel strongly enough about Shedeur Sanders to take him at 2 or 3, or again, they go with one of the two blue chip players that are available in this year's class in Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter.